falls in love with stubborn hearts.
Oh yes. कि रोहित सराफ
इसने बोला ये नहीं होता.
I know you very well, huh?
Slow, but it's just the right kind. If I had to die single, I would die single but not gay. मैं एक जगह पे अपना base बना देता. No, you want something, you have to just go after it, no matter how hard it gets.
दोस्तों, जब आइसक्रीम पिघलता है, जब फिर वो ग्लेशियर पिघलता है, जिसके बारे में आप सबने ज्योग्राफी में पढ़ा होगा, यू मस्ट हैव ऑल रेड अबाउट द फैक्ट कि ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है उस चीज़ का कारण. बट ग्लोबल वार्मिंग का कारण जो है वो मेरे साथ अभी यहाँ पे बैठे हैं. इज एक्चुअली द रीजन फॉर दैट. आई नो दैट ही हैड टू लाफ दिस बिकॉज ऑलवेज लाफ्स इन माय इंट्रोडक्शंस ऑल द वे लाइक दिस. He is the reason why all the girls out there want to go Kuchi Ku, my Rohit, my stuff, my teddy bear and all that just because of this man. And कितने सारे boyfriends अगर है दुनिया में, they are all getting jealous just because of this one man. So you're guilty of many things and at the same time happy because you're making all the girls out there very happy. I have with me the lovely Rohit Saraf. Fantastic यार, ताली अपने लिए भी बजाओ please and you guys can also clap. He deserves all the appreciation. बता दो मुझे.
Thank you. Wow, this introduction has left me stumped.
I think I love to do that all the time.
Thank you.
मजा आता है मुझे बहुत. But tell me something. I really want to know. Last time हम लोग जब बात किया था, I think it was Feels Like Ishq. There was Mismatched. I've come with Mismatched season 2 as well. Yes. That's been like everybody's talking about Rishi. Rishi's not just Rishi's good looks, Rishi's character, its evolution from season 1. Everyone is talking about that. And then you have Vikram Vedha as well. Yes. You know, the lovely character of Shatak. I'm so sorry. So ये जो evolution है from web and everything, all this was happening back end when people had no idea कि रोहित सराफ mismatch के बाद क्या करेंगे. And enters this Vikram Vedha scene with Hrithik Roshan, Saif Ali Khan, and you're getting equal prominence. It's not just that कि आप sideline हो चुके हो. No, your character is there. People are seeing it's a very important character. You know, given the fact that in such an early stage of your career, you're being blessed with such lovely characters. What do you have to say on that, bhai?
I mean, I think it's actually. While I understand that it's early in terms of when people started noticing
absolutely,
me,
yeah.
but I've actually been working for like 8 years.
Correct.
So it's actually not been that sudden.
Correct.
There's been a lot of hard work that's gone in.
एक journey रहा है पीछे.
Absolutely, there's been a long journey and sure it's only just begun. Like there's a long way to go. But I think it feels incredible, yeah, Shubhadeep. मतलब इतना hard work when you do, and when you're appreciated for everything that you're doing, it's this is why it's actually very exhausting. It's very tiring to keep at it. Yeah. हजारों audition देने के बाद एक या दो कभी crack होते हैं. तो it's actually there are times when it's really demotivating. Yeah. But it's this kind of appreciation, it's this kind of love and adulation that comes our way because of all the work that I'm doing, that it kind of helps me keep going on. So it feels great, yeah. I would not have it any other way. Touch
wood. मुझे बताओ वो जो ऋतिक रोशन और शतक का जो वो था, that cute little thing over there, कितने लोग रील्स बना रहे हैं इंस्टाग्राम पे. Have you seen Shubman Gill and the Indian cricket team do that as well? You saw that video. What was your reaction to that?
I was so happy, and it's actually really sweet. It's not just Instagram, but even like otherwise you see. I was just telling somebody else that we had a Mismatch fan fest on the day of the release.
Correct.
It was called Mismatch and we had a lot of people coming and meeting us. And people weren't meeting me like this, but they were actually meeting me like this. There's so many girls, so many boys just did this, and they wanted me to.
Boys तो अभी compensate करने के लिए बोल रहे हो. 90% तो girls ही होंगे. I know you very well, huh?
But it's so many people did that. It was so sweet. Yeah, it really makes me so happy, and I'm just glad that it's reaching the people in that much volume because that's what you want eventually.
One thing is that कि movie देख के आपको अच्छा लगता है. Another thing is you take away something from there. I think this is that takeaway from Vikram Vedha. So I think you can be very proud and happy about it because it involves you. Huh?
Thank you.
मुझे एक चीज़ बताओ. You mentioned about the fact that it's been quite a long journey in terms of hard work and efforts that you've been putting. 8 साल बहुत लंबा time होता है, especially for youngsters like us. That one moment of gratitude. Or that one moment of thanksgiving which you probably felt towards the universe which actually changed things. It might be Mismatch, it might be before that. जहाँ पे आपको लगा कि because you said you were getting demotivated due to a lot of reasons. तो वो जो upliftment हुआ, do you think there was at any like one particular point or was it an entire scenario that changed the way you looked at things?
Honestly, I wouldn't give one incident all the weightage that this was the incident जिसकी वजह से I was let down or this was the incident because of which I was uplifted or whatever. I feel like every time there is a rejection, you feel demotivated. Every time there is a release of any sort, small, big, massive, you feel, you feel encouraged.
Correct.
I feel like I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I've actually received. Today, I'm at a point where every single time I even give an audition, and I'm not saying this for the heck of it or to sound like, oh, I'm such a saint, but like it's something that I've kind of has been inculcated by my mom. Earlier when I used to pray, I have this habit of praying whenever I do. Earlier I used to say that, in this aspect of my life I want this, in this aspect of my life I want this. Absolutely, like today I just want to give thanks that, I am, honestly, 5 years ago this was a life that I always dreamt of.
True.
Today I'm able to live it, and if I can't be grateful for this, I don't think there'll ever be a point in my life where no matter how many things I'll have, I'll never be grateful for it. So I think you need to start being grateful for what you have already in order to get more things to be grateful for. So I think I'm at a point where I'm actually very happy. Of course, there's always, there's a difference between being happy and being complacent. I'm not complacent at all, because there is so much more that I want to do. There is so much more I want to explore. There is so much more I want to give to the audiences, to myself actually. But at the same time, I'm just at a point where I'm really happy with how things are panning out. Slow, but it's just the right kind.
The gratefulness is visible in your eyes as well. I don't know how many people can see that. वो दिखता है वो चीज़, ठीक है? Tell me something. This is a very funny part. I really want to know this personally as well. Anybody who's got a lot of charm, good looks, personality अगर अच्छा हो, irrespective of girl, guy, whatever, उनके इर्द गिर्द रिलेशनशिप रूमर्स वगैरह चालू हो जाते हैं. आपके साथ ये क्यों नहीं होता? A lot of people want to know that कि रोहित सराफ
इसलिए बोला है नहीं होता है. मतलब you go on the internet, every girl I've worked with, every girl I have pictures with, I've had all kinds of questions being written on my Instagram, on news. There have been segments with journalists for different channels where they've done interviews saying, are you dating so and so person or not? One of the most prominent names in that question is Aisha Ahmed, who's a very dear friend of mine. We're not dating. She has another boyfriend already. Pearly Mane, for that matter, this actress, opposite me in Ludo. She's married. Oh my God, she delivered not a bloody child, but like a child while, we were promoting. And at that time, people were like, oh, is he dating Pearly Mane? And I'm just like, what is wrong? Kimberly Fernandez, my manager.
ये तो मैंने सुना
many
था.
words. Oh my God, I posted one picture where I'm sitting on a lap. It was a picture that we shot during my shoot for Feels Like Ishq. That was one picture I posted with her because it was her birthday.
Correct.
And I felt like being nice to her for a change. When I did that, people started asking me if I'm dating her. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous of people to think that I'm dating every single girl that I have a picture with. Priyanka Bhatia, my really, really close friend who I love, and I feel like she's my soulmate. She's my best friend, and she's the best friend kind of soulmate. No matter what happens, nothing will change the way I feel about her. I would, if I had to die single, I would die single but not date her. That's the kind of friendship. That's the kind of friendship we have. But people still have asked me all kinds of questions that are you do dating? Prajakta, for that matter, just because we share a great, kind of relation. We share a great chemistry together on screen and off screen. People have asked me questions not realizing that she's already dating someone for 10 years almost now. So it's not that there aren't rumors, but they're just...
But have you reached this point जहाँ पे भाई मतलब चलो ठीक है बहुत you have tolerated so much, which is why you're right now in a position where you don't even give a damn about it?
I never give a damn about it. Because no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you try to stay
it's gonna appear.
It's always going to happen. It's always going to happen. And this is something that I didn't experience firsthand first. I was told this when I was starting out only by somebody who has no idea about the industry, which is my mom. My mom said you don't have to give a damn about what people say, what people write, because it's going to happen no matter how hard you try. So I'm just...
But do you know this is quite impressive coming from auntie, because usually what happens is that the actors or the people who are a part of the industry, they don't get affected, but the family gets affected. यहाँ पे your family is telling you not to get affected.
Because my family's always believed in blinders. Those... No, what are they called? Blinkers.
The blind items.
All blinkers or blinders, guys. Just say in the comment section. But like, it's, whatever that
Cute.
is, they've always believed in that. You know, don't look elsewhere. You look at your path, you look at your journey. You have to focus on that. You're here to work, not to entertain anything else. And
yeah, वो चल रहा है वो सही चीज़. You know, in all the characters that you have played, the popular ones which have really reached the audience to a great level, you know, there's this common factor in all of them that you know, there's this chocolate boy guy, and even Vikram Vedha, so to say, you know, your character is not really negative, you know, so out of all of that, there's this element of sweetness that's there. So यहाँ पे I was actually talking to some of your fan clubs on Instagram, and I asked that I'm going to do this thing. So do you have any question? एक common question जो मुझे वहाँ पे मिला, one pattern, which was something like they wanted me to bring up this suggestion to you. Do you want to play something like a negative character which is very unlike Rohit Saraf, the cute chocolate boy face that he has?
Absolutely.
Is that in your mind actively?
I mean, it's not actively on my mind. I just know that I want to keep experimenting with what I'm doing. I don't want to only keep doing the same thing. So now I've realized one thing. Any character that stems from love is something that comes very naturally to me, because that's something I believe for myself. Like, I'm that kind of person, stem from love. So I feel like that comes very naturally to me. Also, I've also realized one thing, that no matter what character I play, the core of me will not change. So somehow you'll always be able to find those kind of similarities between every character that I play, no matter what shade the character is in. Having said that, I definitely do want to experiment with the kind of work that I'm doing, which is why Shatak happened. You know, Shatak is very different from an Aditya or a Rishi Singh Shekhawat or a Kiddo or an Akshay, any of these characters that I've played before. Will I be able to do, will I do a
100% you will do.
Of course, I mean, I do want to experiment, but for now, I'm also at a point where I'm just like, मैं एक जगह पे अपना base बना लेता हूँ. You know, I feel like this is something that I'm enjoying.
Let yourself create that niche, and then maybe you can come out.
And then I can, you know, break those barriers, break those boundaries that I'm creating for myself, knowingly, unknowingly, willingly, unwillingly. You know, let me do that, and then I'll break into doing things that I'm more experimental with.
Lastly, I want to ask you, your family will be very happy with this question, because it is about how they have actually seen your career growth right from the beginning. Because ek time pe tha that, let's take your mom for example. You know, she has seen everything. You know, I mean, there's no, your relation with your mom is 9 months, you know, more than anyone else. So she's actually seen all of the hard work that you have put, failures, rejections. मुझे तो समझ में नहीं आता इतने प्यारे शक्ल को rejection कैसे मिलता है, but then चलो मिला है तो मिला है, कोई बात नहीं. Everything happens for a reason, and that's why you are here. That's the power of the universe. How has your mom seen your journey over the years, and maybe that one, you know, advice that she has given you, apart from that relationship wala, stay focused and all, that has actually stayed with you, and you're going to carry it for the rest of your life professionally, not personally?
I've had, like, there have obviously been phases, of course you get demotivated and all of that, but like there have been phases where you're really so down and out that you just feel like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
So you felt like quitting acting kabhi?
Not quitting acting, but I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, that's those
grey zone.
Yeah, those kind of phases have happened, and nobody has seen those phases but my mom. It's also been really strange, but like every time I've had that phase, which has been twice in the last 8 years, both the times my mom was around in Bombay with me at that time. So my mom has seen it, but I think the one advice that doesn't just come from my mom, but I've seen that very strongly instilled in my father also, when, you know, when he was alive, and he you know, when he was kind of setting his business over and over again. You know, when we moved from Nepal to India, he had to set up his entire business all from scratch, because before that we were in Nepal, and obviously it's not easy.
Absolutely.
Right? So I think the one thing that has very strongly been instilled in me ever since we were in school, all of us as siblings, is that, you know, persistence is the key. If you know you want something, you have to just go after it, no matter how hard it gets. And it's if I were to tell you what my mom and my dad always believed in somebody else's words, it's a quote that I read on Instagram, which is that the universe falls in love with stubborn hearts.
Oh yes.
You know, this is something that my mom and my dad always believed in. It's how they've been, you know, how I've seen them while growing up. So I think that's one advice that I've kind of followed, and I'm very stubborn. If I want something, I want it.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it.
But that's the drive that's enhancing you to achieve things, huh? So that's at the end of the day working.
Yeah.
Basically, डटे रहो, लगे रहो. That is what it is. That's what Rohit Saraf says. आप लोग भी please डटे रहो, लगे रहो when it comes to showering love on this lovely little gentleman over here. Please, अभी विक्रम वेदा आया है, mismatch to be a lot of things. He's going to be coming in the future as well. He's one of my personal favorites as well. Please shower your love. Rohit Saraf is the name. You know it all. That's a wrap on the Bollywood Talk Show today on IWMBuzz. This is your host Shubhajit. We'll see you again with another interesting episode very soon. Thank you guys.
Thank you.